to take you to a place.
We would like you to come with us to a place.
That is beautiful, peaceful.
Beautiful.
And the place is right here.
And the place
Unity of
is
Las Vegas.
just north of Sagittarius 5.
It's the perfect place to be. We're so glad you made it. You're supposed to be here today, right?
I heard that you rocked it last night like nobody's business. Did you guys see that? Did anybody else go there? Over the top. She was on fire last night. Patty couldn't stop raving about it. It said the place was packed and that you were and the whole band was just incredible.
Yeah, it was magical.
That's awesome. And I'm so
one.
sorry I missed it. And you did some original material too. You did some original songs there last night.
Yeah, it was so fun. Thanks to everybody who came. It was so fun to see you guys out there rocking out with me. I told everybody I was a little kind of taken over by all the tribal beats.
Yeah? Well, we're going to do it again right here, right now. 1, 2, 3, up! Alright, so the first line of this song is, everybody get up on your feet.
Oh, that makes sense. If you can, if you want to.
That's right. Come on. Now, here we go, everybody. Get up on your feet. See the light. Everybody you meet. Everybody. Get up on your feet. See the light. Everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who we've come to be. We are love, we are one. One big family. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come on now. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light. Everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light. Everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who we've come to be. We are love, we are one. One big family. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let us make the joyful sound. If we stand on holy ground. Let us make the joyful sound. If we stand on holy ground. Let us make the joyful sound. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, everybody. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light. Everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light. Everybody you meet. Let's be reminded who we've come to be. We are love, we are one. One big family. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hands, stop your feet. Somebody be dance up in this joint in there. Woo! Yeah, we share the road. Let's make the joyful sound. If we stand on holy ground. Let us make the joyful sound. If we stand on holy ground. Let us make the joyful sound. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, hey, hey. All right, so one more time now. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light. Everybody can be.
All right, I like that.
Your transformation station.
Our opening affirmations. And I ask you just to repeat after me in your outdoor voices. I am. I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am prosperous.
I am prosperous.
I am prosperous.
I am prosperous.
I say yes to my divine appointment.
I say yes to my divine appointment.
I am an unstoppable force
I am an unstoppable force
of love in the world.
of love in the world.
I am an author of the impossible.
I am an author of the impossible.
I am a living miracle.
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 I am.
I am.
We are.
We are.
I am.
I am.
We are.
We are.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And so with that invocation, I invite you now to take a seat. Just allowing yourself to be very comfortable and just already just taking in the amazing feel that is here that we're already creating together. Feel that. Feel the magnificence of divine appointment. Feel how special it is that we are here with this specific group of people. There's something sacred about that. There's something amazing about the synchronicity of that. So I invite you just before you close your eyes just to look around the room. Take in the miracle that is here. Take in the miracle workers that are here. And with that, I invite you to close your eyes and just to focus now on your breath. And allowing yourself to fully arrive, fully to be here. And notice how the breath in itself is a kind of a miracle. Noticing how the breath is both material and spiritual. It's bringing together inside of your being two different worlds, the world of spirit and the world of form. One world we can interact with using our five senses, and the other we know through our intuition, through our faith, through our imagination, through our visioning, through our heart. And when these two magnificent worlds come together within us, we become grounded in our purposefulness. Take a deep breath and feel that grounding. Feel that purposefulness. Feel how special it is that you are here in this place, in this time with these people. It is not by accident. Breathe these two worlds into your awareness. Seeing these two worlds living within you, dancing within you right now. Sense the purposefulness of your being in this room right now. And how all the forces of heaven had to create miracles and synchronicities for this to happen. And how that has happened with such amazing ease, such amazing grace. We didn't even have to orchestrate it. So I invite you now just to feel the forces of the heavens and the forces of the cosmos coming in through the top of your head, flowing through your entire being, and then out through the tips of your toes into the core of Mother Earth. You are here for a divine purpose. To show a face of love that only you can show. Sense this divine purpose within you as a light. And see it filling your entire being. Mind, body, spirit. There is no place in your being where this light is not shining. And now in the fullness of your own light, I invite you to radiate it out to everybody that is here. Anyone that is here in your proximity, in your space, seeing them filled with this light, seeing yourself being filled with their light. And I invite you to radiate it out to those who are here virtually with us, knowing that there is no separation between time and space where love is involved. And so allow this light to shine out virtually to those who are now present online, to those who will be listening to the recording of this service later. And breathe into the rich, multidimensional quality of love that allows that to be possible. Feel all of these lights touching each other. And in touching each other, they become even more brilliant. Breathe inside again of this sacred gathering, the magic of it, the anointing of it, of both heaven and earth. And sense the field of endless possibilities that is here, endless possibilities for love. Take another deep breath in, and when you are ready, you may open your eyes. There's a sweet, sweet spirit in this place today, and I know that it's the spirit of the Lord. There are sweet expressions on each face today, and I know that it's the spirit of the Lord. Sweet Holy Spirit, sweet heavenly dove, stay right here with us, filling us with your love. And for these blessings, we lift our hearts in praise. Without a doubt, we'll know we have been refined when we shall leave this place.
So let's stay in this reverence, in this place of peace. Today's word is silence. And the affirmation, silence is the language of the divine, loving me beyond words. From Rumi, let me sit here on the threshold of two worlds, lost in the eloquence of silence. Silence is often thought of as the absence of sound, a kind of barely tolerable void, longed for only when the chaotic noise of the world becomes too much. Silence is often found to be uncomfortable, preferencing clever articulation over the desperate inward search for just the right words. But to the mystic, silence is a companion presence, a living, creative experience of the heart. It is a sacred emptiness never seeking to be filled, a profound question not requiring an answer, a nothingness that doesn't want to become a something. There is a stillness woven into its fabric that draws you into itself, a welcoming and a befriending of an unknown and perhaps unknowable mystery, where the abyss-like depths of heart meet at last, a wordless listening. Today, I choose to honor the sacredness of silence in every interaction, however chaotic its appearance may seem to be. I breathe it into my heart as my ever-present, centering companion, and I am awakened to my own inner currents of renewal and restoration. I am capacitized, newly, right?
It's a word, though.
Thank you, Lisa. I am capacitized newly to be with the inner and outer world with loving equanimity and deep presence. The more I become lost in the eloquence of silence, the more I am truly found, embraced by a wisdom beyond words and a peace beyond all understanding. The affirmation together. Silence is the language of the divine, loving me beyond words. So it is.
And so we're going to begin an amazing series on prayer. And so I invite us just to be in meditation as we go into the field of what prayer genuinely is. I invite you to breathe in and out, recognizing and feeling the weight of the chair, your weight of your body in the chair, and just really sensing how you are being supported by gravity. I invite you to feel gravity as the first prayer, an embrace that holds you without words. Notice your breath moving in and out without your effort. The ease and grace of each inhale and exhale. Each exhale is a releasing, each inhale is a receiving. Sense how prayer already lives here in this rhythm. Now imagine the space around you as being alive. Not just empty air, but sensing it as a vibrant field. The threads of presence stretch from you to others in this room. The threads of presence stretch from you to the ancestors and all who have come before you. Sense the magnificence of that support, that grace. The threads of presence stretch from you to the trees outside, to the hummingbirds, to the oceans, to the skies, feeling their presence here with you in every breath. Threads of presence stretching from you to all those who will come after you, all of your descendants. Being aware that we have cosmic descendants, we have biological descendants, we have geological descendants. Sense the vastness of your descendants that are already here with us, already feeling, already receiving, already being nurtured by this prayer of the heart. This is prayer as field. Sense how you are not praying alone. Sense how you can never pray alone. You are being prayed with. Breathe inside of the largeness of this awareness, taking the magnificence of this truth into your beingness. Then allow yourself to be breathed in return. Breathing in the fullness of your cosmic intimacy with all beings. And then with each exhale, allowing yourself to be breathed, surrendering, emptying, trusting the love that is always around you, in you, and as you. I invite you now just to take a few breaths resting in this exchange of in-breath and out-breath. invite you now to let gratitude arise, not as words, but as warmth in your very beingness. And sense it rippling out into the field, allowing this gratitude to become part of the field itself, to become the fabric of the field. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, whisper inwardly, I am part of the prayer already happening. I am part of the prayer already happening. Breathe in the magnificence of this, the fullness of this, the support of this. And when you're ready, I invite you to open your eyes, carrying this field forth with you.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Well, it continues to be an amazing time to be alive, doesn't it? I discovered this morning that today is the International Day of Peace. It is also World Gratitude Day. Last week we had Unity World Day of Prayer. It is also the fall equinox. And we're having a solar eclipse. So one thing is for sure, that if you don't want your life to be transformed, it's not a good day to get out of bed. Something is going to happen. Something is going to move. And so as I look out at each of you who have obviously gotten out of bed, I hear you saying, yeah, bring it on. So let's say that together. Yeah, bring it on. Yeah, bring it on. And punctuated by an amazing experience we had last weekend. That was absolutely incredible in terms of the two communities coming together for New Thought in the Desert. Every year, I think the energy just builds. Like the universe is wanting to do something with this whole idea of collaboration. And then we had this absolutely amazing experience with Michelle last night. And I was just telling her, I like sitting right up front, you know? It's like she could just reach out and smack me in the face at any point. You know, I just like being that close. But what she didn't share was the beauty of the interaction between the entire band that I thought was so very sweet, and how they shared that they're not really there for the money. And I think it's the drummer, Chris, you know, that met Michelle when he was 14, and how he admired her from the audience for so long, and now he gets a chance to play with her. Yes. And would do that for free. And that was the whole energy of that collaboration that was there. So you can imagine, in addition to the fact that each of them are talented in their own right, over the top, but to really be in that kind of environment and energy, that's something that's a little special that you don't see all the time. So I want to acknowledge that. And to acknowledge the fact that that is all here. That's a lot, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And it's incredible for us to breathe that. It's kind of like also recognizing that there's no mistake. Like, we didn't just accidentally stumble into all of this. Like, we said yes to this. We said, before we even came in here, we said, yeah, I see myself being a part of this. I see myself being a part of what is wanting to happen. I don't even have to know exactly what it is. You know, this is just so juicy and so wonderful. I just want to really move in with all of that. So all of that's here. And that's very juicy, very creative, very powerful. All right, so in honor of all this, we are going to spend the next 5 weeks speaking about prayer. And prayer, in my mind, is one of the most powerful things that we can potentially do, possibly do, as awakened beings on the planet in order to support us truly transforming into this next human. Can you feel the energy of that? I mean, maybe 50 years ago, that would have been a cool idea. Well, yeah, we're going to turn it to the next human. But now you can feel the vibes of that, right? Like, this is happening. Something is really moving forward. I like watching a lot of YouTube videos. Sometimes I get into the whole doom scrolling thing. But it's a good doom scrolling because there's so many people that are talking the same language that don't necessarily know each other. And so many people using the same terminology of, we are really birthing the new human. And we are literally doing this in a conscious way, eyes wide open, hearts wide open, giving ourselves fully to this. So prayer is an amazing way to do that. So we're going to have the next 5 weeks, we're going to be focusing on that. And the title for the whole prayer thing is Entangled Presencing, the Weaving of Embodied Prayer. So some of you may be saying, well, what the heck does that mean? But each of these words really has something that's really very potent in there, very special. The whole idea of entanglement. Are anyone familiar with that term from a quantum physics standpoint? And it's really showing, quantum physics is really showing us a world where everything is touching everything else. Like, there's no time and space. Like, that's not in the way of us being absolutely interconnected. That's what entangled is. Some of you may have been looking at that word and thinking, tangled, like when I was 5, it meant a whole different types of thing. Those of us that are women with long hair, especially those that are African American women, might remember what it was like to have your mother straighten your hair after it was washed. Anyone remember that? And dealing with tangles, and that was a whole huge thing for us. So it doesn't mean that type of tanglement. This is a very positive tangle. So it creates this, for me, this really amazing vision, really, of this interconnected weave throughout the entire universe that allows everything ultimately to touch everything else. And to just imagine in your mind what that could possibly look like. The next word there is presencing. And this is really important in terms of how we are in the world right now, because most of us have been kind of trained out of being fully present. So present means a lot of times we just like show up with our bodies and we say, okay, I'm here. But this is a type of presence with your entire being, that you're here, body, mind, and spirit. It's this beautiful way of being fully grounded and fully available at the same time. So you can both be very grounded in who you are in your own sovereignty, but also have heart absolutely open to the world. And some of you may have had the experience when you're speaking with someone that is really present with you like that, like it's almost like they give you permission to talk from the depth of your being. Have you ever had that experience with someone really present with you? And that's what the world is really asking for us right now. So when we are bringing both of these concepts into this idea of prayer. The other thing is embodied. And that word is very, very important because a lot of times when we think of spirituality, we have this kind of up and out type of transcendent picture, you know, that the world is not great, bodies are not great, the earth is not great. We're going to transcend all of these things and move higher. And what we're discovering is, yes, we do want to understand that we are not the ego, and we want to really be able to move beyond that, touching into larger parts of who we really are, but at the same time, we really want to see that the divine as us is in everything, is in everybody. Kenny Wilber talks about having ascending and descending religions. So the ascending religion is the up and out, and the descending is the one where we can see the divine in everything. Like there's nothing that can possibly be in our experience that is not absolutely permeated with divinity. So that it is that way of really being in the world and being with prayer as we move forward. And so we're going to look at it in those types of ways. So before we go further, I have a question for you. And I forgot, is the mic handy? And my question is, does prayer work?
Yes.
It's kind of this controversial thing. Okay, thanks, we can move on now. No, it's really this controversial thing in culture. You know, right now, like if someone says, well, I'll be praying for you, it's a little bit dismissive, you know, on both ends, you know, like, yeah, but I really want this situation fixed or, you know, something like that, you know. So I just wanted to play with us a little bit with that. You know, where are we with this idea of prayer? Do we feel that prayer works? Who would like to share where they are with that?
Are you looking for an example or?
Just where you are with that.
Yeah, I believe prayer works if it's in your highest and best good, what you're praying for. If it's something which is not going to be helpful for you, or something which is not going to do you good, or everyone else any good, no, it won't.
Get your steps in today, Don.
It's weird, it's just on the way here, I thought about this song that I wrote a while ago, and it has this lyric that last year reminded me of, you can't pray a lie.
I love that.
So, yeah, and I have had that experience with somebody telling me, oh, I will pray for you. And when they said it, it just kind of hit me like, that wasn't nice, was it? That was your eyes.
Yes. Right.
Okay, for me, prayer is in the moment. God has gave me an experience saying that I'm like a light over the top of your head. And in the moment, not yesterday, not tomorrow, the power between me and God is in the moment. So when I pray in the moment for someone, a lot of things people say, I'm going to pray for you. It never gets prayed.
Yeah,
But
right.
when you're in the moment and you're in the light, right there in the moment, the prayer does not have to be a long one, but you can put a little drop in the moment. God hears me in the moment, and for me, I feel like He's really going to help the person I'm praying for.
Yes, thank you.
Perfect.
For me, prayer is meditation, and it is a listening for some possibilities.
Awesome. Ira.
Yeah, for me, prayer, you know, sometimes just with words, but frequently lately. It's just to hold a space for, energetically and consciously for what needs to come through for the greater good.
I think sometimes, for me, prayer works when I'm not too attached to how the outcome looks, because I've prayed for certain things like a new romantic partner, and the person I imagined isn't the person who came into my life, but he was the answer. And the same thing with jobs and finances. I've prayed for perfect jobs, and they didn't look the way I imagined them to, but they ended up being just what I needed. So if you are open to the answer, and also timetables, I think. You have to give it time. You don't have to, not thinking the answers didn't come or your prayers didn't work. It will come in the time of the divine or the universe.
Yes. Beautiful. I love the sharing. Anybody else? We good? Joan?
Yes, prayer does work when you have faith that it's going to work, and then leave the results to God. And when I was a Sunday school teacher, the kids told me that prayer is when you talk to God, meditation is when you listen for the answer. So the fact that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth means we probably have to shut up more and listen doubly hard for the answer.
Oh, you like that. Thank you.
For me, at one point, when I was having a situation, I made some declarations in no uncertain terms, and it was from a foundation of anger. And then I thought later, oh, aren't we supposed to talk to God from love? And I knew good and well I wasn't talking to God from love, but I got a very positive answer.
I think that I understand now that my dancing is prayer, my hugs are prayer, the things my hands do when I'm learning or just being, that it all feels like a prayer to me.
Yes.
One of the things I've learned in 12-step recovery, which was it's hard to practice, is that they talk about the necessity to align our will with God's will and pray for God's will to be done. And that is so difficult. And so that's one of the things that, I've been working on over the past 23 years is, just to simply let thine will, not mine, be done. And that is hard to practice.
Yes. Right, we'll do one more. Looks like Holly.
And I read somewhere that all thought is prayer, which makes sense, because as long as what we're thinking is aligning with God's will, then, it shall come to pass. And then on that, also, that just living everything in life is prayer to me, because it's all interconnected and interwoven.
Yes, absolutely.
And for me, by the time I reach the point where I need to pray, I realize it's because my soul is reaching out to me, reminding me, you're not happy with certain circumstances. What do you want? Put it out there. What do you want? Mean it, feel it, and then let it go.
I love that. Beautiful. Thank you so very much, because what this series really is about is that how can we engage with prayer in a way that we can really feel that we are a dynamic part of the creative process of the universe, that we are a dynamic part of its wisdom, and that this is something that is in and as us, and not praying as a lie, as you were saying. But really feeling that when you engage in prayer, something amazingly powerful is happening that is transforming not only you, but the entire world. So we're going to be really looking at it that way. And so we're going to, right now I'm just going to kind of go through the Unity 5 steps of prayer so that we can see what that basic structure is. But the next weeks we're going to be looking at how it can be really embodied. We're going to look at it, what is it to look at prayer through the mind? What is it to look at prayer through the heart? And then we'll have Mary Liz come and talk about prayer through the body, which is something similar that she did last week, which is amazing. And so that we have this idea of really how to give our entire being in prayer to the universe, and we become the prayer ourselves. All right, so we're going to take a look at the 5-step prayer process, and it's a little bit enigmatic because the name of this particular talk is Flipping the Script. Prayer is field, not formula. And so I'm going to be giving you a formula, so it's a little bit of an oxymoron. Have any of you ever had the experience when you were younger of praying by rote, like when you went to school and you had certain prayers that were by rote, and it was easy as a child, to kind of get, well, this is just something that you do, and you kind of carry on with it, and it just becomes that, kind of words that you're saying. I remember when I was in the 1st grade, we had this prayer. I went to an Episcopal school, and many of you may know that Episcopalians are like kissing cousins to Catholics. I don't know if you're aware of that, but we're like just this side of being Protestant, And so we had a lot of the same types of rituals, and we had Mass on Fridays and that type of thing. So we had this prayer that we said at the end of every day. That's lighten our darkness, we beseech thee, O Lord, and by thy great mercy defend us from all perils and dangers of this night, for the love of thy only Son, our Savior, Jesus Christ. And so we even had this little sing-song thing that we did. Except, as you can imagine, a 6-year-old doesn't necessarily know what all those words were. So we kind of transformed a couple of the words, and the one that we mostly transformed was, instead of saying, and by thy great mercy defend us from all perils, we said defend us from our parents, the dangers of this night. And one day, when my mother was putting me to bed, she says, "Oh, why don't you say the prayer that you say in school?" And so I said the whole prayer, with the defend us from our parents thing. And so she goes in to talk to my teacher the next day. Do you know? Because I don't know how it became this collective thing, It wasn't just me. And I don't remember now how we all collectively decided that we wanted to be defended from our parents, But that became this whole big thing. And so the teacher she laughed and fell off her chair, from what I understand from what Mother said. But she did correct us, so that we were saying it the right way. But it's easy to get into that type of thing with rote, isn't it? It's kind of like it kind of begins to lose its potency. And so I'm going to offer you this formula, but I don't want us to do that to it. I want it to be something that becomes sort of like a scaffolding, to really help us to really get into this field without becoming something that we fall asleep in. So, the 5 steps to unity prayer are relaxation, concentration, meditation, realization, and appreciation. And so with each of these steps, we're going to kind of go through them one by one. We're going to be incorporating our actual prayer process that we normally do here. So I forgot to mention this to Marcia earlier, but could everybody please have a prayer slip? Because we will all be practicing this together. And some of you may have already picked up some on your way in, but I want you to make sure before we get started that if you don't have one, that you have a prayer slip and that you have a pencil or pen or something to write on. And as I've said before, we want to look at each of these 5 aspects of the prayer process as being like a portal. This is designed to take us into a deeper way of being. So there's nothing that is designed to be rote about it. And the whole idea of the prayer process is we come and start one way when we begin the prayer, when we are complete with the prayer process, we're a completely different being. I mean, that's the level of depth that we are being invited into with the prayer process. Bring some later. And as you are receiving your pencils and your prayer slips, I want you just to close your eyes for just a moment and just think of something that you would like to bring in prayer and write that down, whatever that is, because we will be working with that idea, something that is on your heart, either for yourself or another person, for the world. And when that comes to your mind, I invite you to write that down. So when you have written down what it is that you would like us to hold together, I'd like you just to begin to relax, which is step one. We'll begin the relaxation process. And of course, the relaxation process involves the relaxation of your mind, letting your thoughts become soft, the relaxation of your physical body, not holding on to tensions, allowing your heart to become light. But as we begin to recognize that prayer is a field that we step into, this relaxation also is in expanding your awareness beyond your own body and recognizing that we truly are being breathed, we are being prayed. So to allow the largeness of that to be present. Feeling our interconnection with each other, with nature, with the cosmos, and knowing that truly we have partners in this prayer. Asking yourself, where do I feel constriction in my body? Is this mine or is this inherited? And just allowing that to become flow. Noticing who else is here, visible or not. How might I enter this space with reverence? Allowing all parts of your being to become soft, permeable, less of a distinction between your mind, between your heart and your body, between who you are, who the next person is that's sitting with you, and everything in the universe. So then we move to the next step, which is concentration. And this is a further bringing your mind into alignment with connectivity, the It's good to have an affirmation for this. Today our affirmation for prayer is, before they call, I will answer. It's from Isaiah 65:24. It's one of my absolute favorite Bible verses because it really taps us into how truly prosperous we are. There's nothing that we can ask for that the universe is not already aware of and has been aware of before we were even born. So take in that level of holding with what you have written down on your prayer slip. And allow the mind to be filled with the light of that expansiveness. The next step is meditation. And with meditation, this is a complete surrender into love. You are letting all of your thoughts go. You're letting your expectations go. You're surrendering your heart, your fears. You're saying to yourself, I surrender all to love, holding nothing back. I sit in this moment with what I cannot know and listen with more than ears. Allowing your entire being to be receptive to the divine. Letting go means that there is nothing in the way of you hearing the voice of the divine in this moment. No attachments, nothing we're holding on to. Breathe inside of this beautiful peace and rest from the mind. And feeling and sensing your entire being, body, mind, and spirit as receptive. It is impossible for you to miss how the love, how the divine is wanting to express love to you in this moment. Step 4 is realization. And this is one of the most powerful aspects of prayer. This is the transformative part of prayer. This is dying to self and being reborn. Dying to expectations and being reborn in what is truly in alignment with your heart. Khalil Gibran says about love, and then he assigns you to his sacred fire, that you may become sacred bread for God's sacred feast. All these things shall love do unto you, that you may know the secrets of your heart, in that knowledge become a fragment of love's heart. So allowing yourself to be in the heat of this transformation, and allowing yourself to become new. I'm going to give you just a few more minutes to breathe inside of this as we listen to a beautiful song. Love covers me.
I invite you to open up this heart of mine. Love cover me, light-headed darkness. Love cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love cover me. Love cover me. Kindness wash over me, make me a symphony, play every note you can find. Make me reverberate, gently deactivate, slowly flow out of my mind. Find me a melody, dance and let my anthem be. Love cover me, light-headed darkness. Love cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love cover me. 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 I will not be shaken. I will not be moved. Love cover me. May my heart awaken, tenderness be proved. Love cover me. Love cover Love, I invite you to open up this heart of mine. Love cover me, light-headed darkness. Love cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love cover me. Love cover me. Love cover me. Love cover me. Love cover me.
And so as we're breathing in this particular phase, can be the most dynamic aspect of it, this realization. It can be something, and usually is something, that continues to work with you and in you over the days and the weeks ahead. It's not necessarily a one and done scenario. And so we are embracing very tenderly that very sacred part where you have offered yourself actually to be absolutely transformed, not only for yourself, but on behalf of the world. And that's what is so very potent and powerful about prayer and everything that we're doing spiritually. And I always find it very inspiring to be aware that what you do for yourself, we are doing for everybody. And it is not just us. It is not just something that happens in isolation. And so recognizing how much the world is needing this type of transformation and knowing that you allowing yourself to go through this, it's a kind of a fire, so it's not easy, but you willing to do this is making it that much easier for everybody else and is bringing everyone else along. And so the last stage is appreciation. What I would like to do before we go into that stage is collect the prayer requests, and then we will incorporate appreciation as a prayer. And noticing that gratitude is something that is a thread in the entire fabric of the universe. And very often we think of saying thank you because something has occurred, but appreciation and gratitude have to do with just recognizing the beauty of the world, recognizing the magnificence of what it is to be alive, seeing the joy in another person's face, looking into the eyes of a loved one. All of these things just naturally bring forth just gratitude. And so as we are doing this, it's part of recognizing how natural it is for us to feel grateful. For us, it's like an overflowing cup. When we're in the fullness of prayer in this way, that it just naturally wants to spill over into appreciation, into gratitude. And I like to think of gratitude as a way of saying back to the universe, I see you. I see you. I see you in all of your magnificence. I am not missing any aspect of your love. And I am allowing myself to be filled to overflowing with this love. That is what gratitude is, and appreciation. And so I invite us to be in that place. Come forth, and we're going to express gratitude for our prayers. So I invite us just to rub our hands together and send some energy. We have already been creating magnificent energy in our process. And so I just invite us to be in the fullness of all of the steps that we have been in, that have gone into creating these prayers, and we are knowing that this is something that is alive, that is vibrant, that is moving. It is something that the universe is saying yes to. So being with all of that and knowing that there is nothing that we can ask for that has not already been thought of, that has not already been responded to, that has not already been answered. And so we are incorporating all of that into the magnificence of this prayer process. And we say, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And so it is. So the final part of the whole prayer process is asking this question of yourself, who must I now become? What must I do now in reverence for what I have received? This is, we're talking about this idea of this overflowing cup that naturally now wants to be new. You are now a new creation. You know, how does this new creation want to live in the world? How does it want to live on your job? How does it want to live in your relationships? And allowing this prayer to be something that has hands and feet in the world. And so it is. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to welcome our guests into our beautiful home here. And I'd like to begin by inviting to say welcome to our online guests and visitors, to let you know that we're so delighted that you have been participating with us in this process. We have been feeling your energy, your love, your heart. And even though we cannot see you with our eyes, we do feel your presence, and you are participating in a mighty way in the magic that is already moving here among us today. So thank you so much for being here with us. Next, I'd like to invite anyone who may be here for the very first time to stand. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And keep standing for a little bit because we have a couple of gifts for you. And one of them is a welcome packet that Marcia is going to be handing you. And that tells you a little bit of how Unity has been sharing love with the world for the past 150 to 200 years. And specifically how Unity of Las Vegas is making impact on love in the world. And inside that packet actually is what we call a magic orange card. And so if you take that and fill that out and leave it with us, it'll give us an opportunity to give you a free meditation, which we would love to do that. And the next gift we have is an energetic blessing. So for that, you just need to open your mind and heart to receive. And I'd like the congregation to repeat after me. We see who you are.
We see who you are.
You are a magnificent divine creation.
You are a magnificent divine creation.
You are a one-of-a-kind miracle.
You are a one-of-a-kind miracle.
You are indispensable to the universe.
You are indispensable to the universe.
We love you.
We love you.
We bless you.
We bless you.
We celebrate the light that you are.
We celebrate the light that you are.
Thank you so much for being with us today, blessing us with your beautiful presence. Okay. All right. Now, this is something that we do every month, but we've had so much going on, we're just getting around to it now. But not last, right, exactly. So now we want to acknowledge anyone that may be born in the month of September. And I think there's a whole lot of us people here.
And Lisa.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, several of us, please stand.
We got the equinox.
Yes,
we got
please, we do.
What is everything that's going on?
Yes, anyone else that is born in the month of September, please stand.
Stand up.
We have such powerful Virgo energy. I just love that. Plus I think you did the eclipse is in Virgo.
That's right.
So that's also
There's
very.
so much going on.
I know, so much energy, and we're just.
Fest party.
Yes. All righty, awesome. So we want to sing.
Oh, there's one.
For each child that's born, the morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, the morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandmother's prayers. We are our grandfather's dreams. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. For each child that's born, the morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, the morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are one.
Virgo.
And now I'd like to invite our in-house Sangha to stand and to greet each other in the way that only we know how to do. Sayona.
Somebody used to hide, huh? Where's that one? Yeah, I'm hearing everything.
music of Transformation Station. We got the whole band here together. Is this the original
The band
cast?
back together.
We brought back the original cast led by John Jones, Michelle, Danny, and Austin.
I do want to thank Missy Parker for all the work that she is doing.
And she's not gone. She's just not
she'll
here
be back
today.
in a couple of weeks, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
And I think Gary is going to be singing on the 5th as well.
Oh yeah, he was a delight. Yeah, but that's good stuff. So my name is Don Fouts, and this segment is your opportunity to show your support financially. That I don't know how to say this, but you are extraordinary. Today, you know, we changed things up, and I was like, well, how's she gonna do this? What's it gonna flow? And when you have a minister that's a visionary, and I'm not a visionary, so tell me how it should be, and then I can flow with that, and, you know. But she's a visionary. She's able to anticipate how this is going to play out, and it was lovely, just beautiful. Okay, so hold your gift in your hand. We have an affirmation. We'll say it together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. So you can pass your gifts to the aisles, and our ushers will pick those up.
My heart beats with you. These hands will lift you up when you're down. My eyes see through your fears. These arms will always long to hold you near. If I could bring you peace when I can live in joy, then I know I have learned everything that I have come to learn. Feel the love coming back in return. That's why I'm here. That's why I came to be the light, to feel your love. That's why I'm here. That's why I came to bring along, sing this song. That's why I am here. If life is give and take, we will receive the love we make without restraint. So I'll leave the shadows and let go. Lead with my heart and never with my head. Let God run the show. That's why I'm here. That's why I came to be light, to feel your love. That's why I'm here. Doesn't really mean we know why we're here or how to keep it simple, but loving and giving. If I could bring you peace when I can live in joy, then I know I have learned everything that I have come to learn. Feel the love coming back in return. That's why I'm here. That's why I came. Gonna be alive. Gonna feel your love. That's why I'm here. That's why I came. Gonna bring you along and I'm gonna sing my songs. That's why I am. That's why you are. That's why we
Well, thank you. What's going through my head is a Bryan Adams song, Cuts Like a Knife, right? Just the energy in this room as you're singing. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so let's do an affirmation, a blessing that abundance is flowing easily. Easily. Your ancestors are inspiring you and everything to move your life into greater love. Thank you, God, that this is so. Amen.
Rock.
So we're a little bit going into the announcement segment, which is kind of fun for me. Don't know why. No, I do know why. I just love being a part of this congregation and the leadership. Okay, we can't go into gratitude because I'll cry. But we're going to say together our identity and our purpose statement. So we are family for each other, welcoming, nurturing, and awakening one another at depth. And our purpose, birthing the new human as the face of evolving love on the planet. We got a good dose of that today. Thank you so much. We do have some ongoing events. On Mondays, we have the Life Reflection Cafe at 10 a.m. This is live. Come here and join Jamie Jetty and others and do what it is saying. Reflect on what's happening in your life in a small group setting, safe and nurturing. And we have a weekly inspiration. This is on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. This is Zoom only. So if you have not attended, you can register on our website to receive the Zoom link. It's going to be a good one this week. Yeah, what we do is we review what the Sunday message was and share with the guests and hosts that are there how it is moving us in our lives, and this week's prayer will be pretty good stuff. Now, the heart and soul of this church is, of course, in miracles. Raise your hand if you have gone to your regular. You can see that there's a whole bunch of A Course in Miracles people. We get together. I say we because my wife comes, and so I get to live vicariously through her miracles. I don't know, a little blushing there.
And you can go online too.
And you can go online. You're right. This is both live and online Zoom. Thank you, Ira. It is Thursdays at 6 o'clock. The Zoom begins, but you can start arriving at 5:30. And one of those people, if you want to join them at Starbucks, we'll give you the information where the Starbucks is prior to the meeting. So it's a true event, and thank you for all the miracles that you do for this church and yourselves. Mary Jo, you have a class that you're teaching? Would you like to come up and share what that is? Okay, come up, please.
Mary Jo. I'm your cheerleader. We've been talking about the evolution of society and the collective and the personal evolution. And creating the new human isn't easy. Well, I'll tell you, it's not that easy sometimes. But in this class, the way of mastery, we have the way of the heart, the way of transformation, and the way of knowledge. All of those things develop more and more our consciousness. And I just wanted to read something like in lesson 10, for example, how well this is so put together and how Jesus teaches from this book. And the way is easy and without effort. Underneath that we have some subheadings called Acknowledge the Truth That Sets You Free. I'm a spirit having human experience. Commit to awakening to the peace already within you, recognizing the presence of the Christ within. A simple practice to do, and Jesus gives practices in every one of his lessons, and to celebrate your rebirth as the Christ. You will be a new human when you finish this class. It's a comfortable way. It's like you're talking across the table with Jesus. It's a 2-hour class. I take the first hour and work with this, and then Oliver takes the second hour and he talks about the body, the nourishment, go for walks, and he's based his second hour on a big business that he had in Los Angeles at one point, and so he's got a lot of really good ideas. So October 1st is about a week and a half away, 10 o'clock in the morning until noon, and $80, $10 a week if that pleases you. So would love to see everybody think about this class. If it's something that rings your bell, come and join us.
What day is that?
What day?
Wednesday?
That's a Wednesday, October 1st is the first class. All right. At 10 in the morning? All right.
Meet at 10 p.m. No. 10 a.m.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not a visionary. You're giving the details. And I think it's back to you. Back to the music team.
All right. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Firefly kiss. Holding hands with like this. I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 Here we go. Shadows we see, never to reveal. But now behind me, there's all that I could see.
I'm grateful for John Jones and that
Jasmine blue, honeysuckle, and your room. So grateful I'm alive. 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 Do it again. I'm so grateful I'm alive. So grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. Are you grateful? I'm so grateful I'm alive. So grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive.
Yay. And our prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. And wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Have a beautiful week, beloved.